Hey, what is up guys, Nauval here. So, recently I've been modeling this character, a kind of Loli or youngster character as you can see on the screen here. And I was thinking to record the whole thing, the whole process, but it's just too damn long and and as well I'm still learning to model, so there is a lot of small cuts and revisions, so I end up to just took several of the process to record. And I came up with this idea to put my thought troubles, outcomes, and things that I learned after modeling this character into a video. So here is the video. And by the way, I opened a store at cgtrader.com and I uploaded several of my models as you can see on the screen, and as well as this character that I modeled in this video. So if you are interested, go check it out. The link is in the description. Okay, before I start to model, basically I want to clip Studio Pen and I throw several poses for references here. So as you can see, you can tell if you ever heard recently released game called Genshin Impact. You can tell that this is actually a character from the game. I was just thinking the proportion is just great, so I took it as reference. But I found this another image on my computer, and she's my original character I drew a year ago. I think it maybe looks bad, but I would like to combine it with the one that has a good proportion over here. So that is basically the idea. And these references are available on my Patreon page as well as other contents there. So if you guys willing to support me, that will be very appreciated. I just realized that sculpting is very good to model original models such as character. So I went to learn how to sculpt and find some good videos about the topic online, and long story short, I tried to sculpt and I found out it's very difficult, not gonna lie. And after a while I end up with something like this. Not that really bad, I think. I mean, like, look at the beauty. And as you might know, next step after sculpting is retopology, and I don't know how to. And as you might know, next step after sculpting is retopology, and I don't know how to retopology. So I went online, learned some about the topics, and here we go. Well, I don't think my topology is entirely tidy, but I think it is quite good for me, so good job me. For the rest, the technique is pretty much similar, whether to use sculpt model and then retopology it, or just simply model it using topology modeling. I have some problem to model hand though, so as you can see here, my topology here is quite a mess, and I'm not very confident whether it will be easy to rig or not, but for the time being, I'm pretty much happy with the result. Oh yeah, about her bag, you guys might know about it. It is not an ordinary bag, moreover it's like Japanese traditional school bag, something like that, and it is called Randoseru, I think. I think that's how it's spelled, and I think it's matched with its translation, which is ransol, and ransol in Indonesian means bag, so it kind of related. And by the way, it is really expensive, and I think the reason is maybe it's really high quality, so students just buy it once and use it like for the entire year of elementary school. By the way, I ever once went to visit Japan, and I guess it was in middle of 2018 when I was in high school. Not for so long actually, it was like a week. And before I went there, my little sister asked me to buy this bag for, merchandise. And I totally forgot about it. And she totally got mad at me when I got home. Oh yeah, by the way, it was not a trip, and it was more for like, a student exchange, but, for a short period of time. I visited several universities and one high school and several places in Tokyo, Akihabara, and several other places. It was really fun actually, and Japan is very different yet very similar from my country, Indonesia, and one of other country that I've visited, which is Singapore. And in my opinion, Japan is really holding its culture, and same for Indonesia for sure. But for human resources and technology matter, Japan probably more advanced than Indonesia. But the food though, well, it's totally preferences, but I don't think I quite like Japanese food. Maybe it is because Indonesian food, which I taste every day, is more use a lot of spices, so the taste is very strong, while Japanese food are not. They tend to be fresh, so for me it is quite plain, but of course not all of them. Like ramen from Japan, which I like, and it is quite similar with mie ayam, which is a common food in Indonesia. Anyway, back to topic, modeling the hair is quite challenging too. And I changed my sense of modeling a bit here, so as you can see I add some volume to make the hair a bit solid, which is different method that I approached last time, and I think it gives more solid result. But as you know, it sure does gives more polygons, so we may take determination about how it will be used for real-time engine such as game engine. So of course, if this model is used for mobile games, maybe some simplify modifier will be needed. But I think it's pretty much fine, since computer or mobile phones nowadays are quite powerful. Okay, that is pretty much about my story on how I modeled this video. And once again, this character is available on cgtrader.com as well as my other models, so be sure to check it out. And if you are willing to support me and get access to image references that I use on several of my videos, you can support me on Patreon. And as well, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!